Hi, everybody. I'm Andy Baskin. We are so glad that you all tuned in to join us tonight. We have a great lineup for you. But before we begin, I'd like to welcome in our chat moderator for this evening, Lydia Sand, who is joining us from Nebraska. You'll see the event chat on the left side of your screen. Use that as a place to connect with your fellow CF community members throughout today's event. In fact, I'm already looking at it, and I see Sonia from Australia has already checked in. So let us know. We want to know what your postings are. Please introduce yourself, because we would love to hear from you throughout the event. Plus, Lydia's bored in Nebraska if she's not reading some chat on the side. So please help her out. As some of you may know, for more than 20 years, I've been a sports and news broadcaster, having covered for outlets like CBS, ESPN, Fox, and numerous radio stations like 92.3 The Fan here in Cleveland right now. As an Ohioan, I've covered every major professional sports team in Ohio, including, ta-da, the 3-1 Browns this season. We're feeling good about that here in Cleveland. My love for sports started as a little boy and has never stopped. I love the tenacious spirit of athletes and their determination to win and the resolve to get back up when they lost. This kind of passion and determination is what the CF community is known for. It's a community that doesn't give up, but instead comes together to celebrate the resilience of people with CF. Now, I first got involved with the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation essentially when I was born to help my brother, Bruce, who eventually succumbed to CF in 2005. Today, I co-chair the annual Bruce Baskin Cystic Fibrosis Golf Classic with my sister-in-law, Beth, and I am proud to say we have raised more than $3 million. It's the longest standing event for the Foundation's Northern Ohio chapter, and I'm proud to lead each and every year. Being here helps me fulfill my brother's dream in a book called Cystic Fibrosis in the 20th Century, where he wrote that he wished that no child would ever have to suffer like he did with cystic fibrosis. I know that many of you have your own CF story, your own sibling, child, parent, an aunt, or a friend with the disease. Tonight, we're going to hear a few of these stories. The foundation is not only anchored by an invincible community, it is led by a committed group of leaders. It's now my pleasure to introduce you to the president and CEO of the CF Foundation, Dr. Mike Boyle, who has a special message for you.
Thank you, Andy. And thank you to every one of you for joining us online today. It's times like these, when we connect as a CF community, that I'm reminded of just how special this community is and how important we are to one another as we navigate the current challenges together. While the global pandemic has impacted each of us in unique ways, the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation is a team more committed than ever to advancing our mission. And you are absolutely part of our team. And we love you for the passion that you bring, for your representation of all parts of our country, and for your relentless determination to end the CF. All of us are united in one goal: finding a cure for cystic fibrosis. Reaching this goal means working harder and faster to accelerate progress, which we continue to make each day, even in the current unique setting. In fact, over the past 6 months, we've approved 240 new grants to support CF research. And we've initiated multiple new agreements to progress genetic therapies and fight infection. We're excited to see the progress towards expanded use of triple combination modulator therapy for younger children and some of those with rare mutations. And we've been working collaboratively with the National Network of Accredited CF Care Centers, most of whom now offer some form of telehealth services for people with CF, in order to offer the very best care during this challenging time. Now, I could go on and on about the many projects taking place at the Foundation thanks to your support, but today is about celebrating the success we've had together, the way great teams do when they're making progress. And I'm pleased to share with you we've had numerous wins since June 5th, when we kicked off the 65 Roses Challenge, a fundraising effort launched to help us stay the course during this uncertain time. Since we've launched the 65 Roses Challenge, because of you, we have raised more than $42 million together. Some of you have donated $65, others have walked 65 miles, or baked 65 cookies. I even heard of one supporter who did 65 cannonballs in their swimming pool. Now that's a lot of cannonballs. These actions are reminders that we will do whatever it takes to triumph over CF. While COVID-19 surprised us, the fact that our amazing community has stayed connected and found camaraderie over these past few months isn't surprising at all. It's who we are together. It's who we will always be until it's done. Now, during today's program, you'll hear from some remarkable athletes and community members. As a Baltimore Ravens season ticket holder and a longtime Orioles fan, I'm particularly excited about our athletic guests. You'll have to see who they are. But I have to say our community member guests, they're pretty amazing as well. I hope you enjoy the program. Thank you for all you do and for standing with us now together.
Thank you very much, Mike. And I got to tell you, we are seeing the chat room is just filled with folks right now. We're so proud and happy that you're with us tonight, checking in from Alaska. I see we've got a lot of Grampians in there too. So thank you to all the grandmothers and grandfathers that are out there as well. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Joe Flacco, New York Jets NFL football quarterback. Prior to joining the Jets, Joe Flacco was the Baltimore Ravens starting quarterback from 2008 until midway through the 18 season. And then he helped lead the Ravens to 6 playoff times, or went to the playoffs 6 times. He also won the AFC North twice, appeared in 3 AFC championship games, and had a huge season in 2012. Joe was named Super Bowl 47's MVP. Off the field, Joe is also a star. He does all he can for the person he loves with cystic fibrosis. We are thrilled he could be with us today. Joe, let's kick it over to you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Joe Flacco. Thanks for tuning in today. When my niece Chelsea was born with cystic fibrosis, it was important to our family to join the fight against CF. In the past several years, we have seen a lot of wins, but this year, more than ever before, we all recognize we have not won the biggest game yet. We have not yet found a cure for CF. I have been so impressed with the achievements I've heard about tonight and throughout the last several months of the 65 Roses Challenge. When this team, the CF community, is faced with a challenge, we come together as we are now. We are stronger together, successful in meeting our goals together, and together we will cure CF.
Thank you, Joe. Your support to everybody with CF continues to energize all of us. Now I want to welcome some more champions onto our virtual playing field tonight. Those individuals know firsthand why it's important to stay in the game, no matter how hard it gets. We have Casey White, who is the chair of the CF Foundation's Adult Advisory Council, who I've known for a long time, and a member of the National Board of Trustees and co-founder of Rose Up, which is something you're about to hear a lot more about soon here. We also have Summer Love, who is passionate about giving back to CF and the community and helping others pursue their dreams. She started the Love to Breathe organization, dedicated to spreading CF awareness and love. Across the globe, she also supports her local Utah chapter. And certainly, last but not least, Marissa Bencha. Marissa is a patient advocate and is passionate about raising awareness and funds for cystic fibrosis. In 2016, Marissa co-founded BreatheCon with Summer and Casey. She has also spent the last 10 years in 2 different clinical trials, and her free time is spent with her 5 nieces, nephews, gardening, exercising, and of course, being a cat mom. The 3 friends may all have cystic fibrosis, but that doesn't hold any of them back. This past summer, the trio gathered a group of CF adults from across the country who've decided to help advance the foundation's mission by creating Rose Up, a new virtual fundraising effort for anyone who wants to join. The numbers are amazing. Their goal was to get 650 people signed up across 50 states and then raise some money, just a little bit. On October 2nd, Rose Up was a huge success. Some 13,000 plus people rose up and raised more than $100,000. That's outstanding. This is thanks not only to Casey, Summer, and Marissa, but a committed committee of others to help CF who worked to launch this incredible effort. We want to thank them tonight. Ella Balsa, Linda Bauman, Kristen Dunn, Noor Elshar, Tara Goodwin, Nick Kelly, Madison Madrid, Katie Marucci, Heather McCoy, Molly Pam, Chad Reedy, Lydia Sand, and Betsy Sullivan. Thank you all so much. Let's hear more about this exciting day as these 3 friends discuss what it all means to them.
We're just so excited to be here today to celebrate the success of the 65 Roses Challenge and also Rose Up. And anytime I get to be with my buddy Summer and Marissa, it's a good day.
And even celebrating 65 years, it's huge, you guys.
I brought my fake rose gear today. I know Summer's got a little rose surprise too.
Oh, you guys are the best.
It is so fun to be here today to celebrate 65 years of the foundation, the 65 Roses Challenge, and then Rose Up. And it's been a whirlwind, but I feel like so much of this, it's hard to believe that we met 5 years ago with planning BreatheCon. And that was really our first time that the three of us got together and with the amazing BreatheCon committee and really got to know each other then. I feel like that was the beginning of our friendship. Never would I have imagined 2020 and everything that's happened this year, but we've become even closer in this year, and in this year where we're all on Zoom and we're all kind of having to build friendships this way. So I'm so grateful for the two of you.
Before 5 years ago in BreatheCon, like I didn't know another person with CF very well, and I wasn't even sure I wanted to create friendships with people with CF, even though I know this community is so incredible. I just couldn't wrap my head around how you could form like true friendships when you can't be in the same place. And you guys absolutely proved that wrong. And I don't know what I'd do without the two of you. It just has been such an incredible 5 years, and just like it's such a real important friendship.
It seems weird that it's been 5 years. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I've like known you guys my entire life, and you know, this year has been incredibly hard, and you know, it's been lonely, and you know, we're all in this quarantine life, and I just like couldn't imagine this year without you guys. And it's really been such a blessing, and our relationship's such a blessing to me. You know, they always say blood is thicker than water, but I always say mucus is thicker than both. And I think that the three of us just like proven that. It really is. Our bond is so incredible. This community that we're a part of is incredible and so powerful. And seeing the energy of them all coming together to Rose Up for a cure for everyone with CF. I mean, you know, we're not done yet. And it's really been amazing to see.
Casey, when you came to us, and Summer and I specifically in June, and said, hey, do you want to fundraise together and do something together this year? And my first thought was, well, like, how are we going to do that? And then my second thought was, well, of course we can do that. We're all virtual. And then we got our amazing 17-person committee together in July and really brainstormed, like, what would a community-led event, a fundraising event, kind of a first time thing for the foundation look like? And that's really how Rose Up was born. And just to see our amazing community with all different stories and experiences and backgrounds. And it's been incredible to see, and to see what everybody's done to Rose Up has been, it's just been phenomenal.
Yeah, I think that was just the catalyst to Rose Up, is how do we bring this incredible community together to make that strong statement of support to each other, but also to the foundation, and that we've, you know, been able to celebrate 65 years of progress, and that's been incredible, but we do have more to do. And we just wanted to be able to be a part of that and help the foundation take that next step so that at some point we will get to that ultimate dream that we all have, and that's a cure for CF.
I just really want to thank everyone who came together to Rose Up. We couldn't have done this without you all. And, you know, I guess my thing is, I think we just keep continuing the momentum and continue to Rose Up.
Yes, for sure. This is definitely something that we want to do every single year together as a community, to Rose Up for a cure, and together we can definitely conquer CF.
We have a great montage of how everybody came together, and our event on the 2nd to Rose Up this year for cystic fibrosis.
Roll it.
Thanks, KC, Summer, and Marissa, all of those who participated in Rose Up. I just want to take a couple seconds to talk about KC and how important she is. I know here in Northeast Ohio and nationally, as she has just been such a great champion and such an inspiration to so many. Her husband, Justin, their son, Mac, and of course, her parents or grandparents, Connie and Jim Brown. Jim is always in our thoughts, and Connie, you are for sure, because I know personally that, after losing someone to cystic fibrosis 15 years ago, there's got to be a reason to still want to be in the game. And I can tell you from the bottom of my heart that Casey and her relationship with my brother Bruce makes me fight every day to find a cure for this disease. So thank you to Casey for all she does and her family and the sacrifice that they've made to try to help us find a cure for cystic fibrosis. And I just want her to know from the bottom of my heart how I feel about her and her family as well. So thank you for all you do. Hey, I also want to give a couple shout outs to some folks that are watching along with us tonight. Rachel Higgins is on her nebulizer right now. What a better way to pass your time, huh? Thank you, Rachel, for being with us. Linda Bowman, I want to say, I'm sorry, Linda Bowman, not Bowman. And Zena's Warriors, way to go, way to reach your goal there as well. And the Gulf Coast folks that are watching for her while there's hurricane prep going on, we appreciate you taking a couple moments to tune on in and see what we're doing here tonight. But we are all thinking of you, too, with hurricane preparations going on in the Gulf Coast as well. Now I want to introduce you to a true champion, someone who went above and beyond to support all those living with cystic fibrosis. He's a CF fighter from New York who likes to run. He's not afraid of the heat, and he knows how to raise money for the foundation. He may have cystic fibrosis, but he still does all he can to live his life to the fullest. His name is Bradley Poole. Here he is.
Hello, I'm Bradley Poole. I'm a fitness instructor from Salamanca, New York, and I have cystic fibrosis. A few years ago, I began running to improve my lung function. Little did I know I would get hooked on that runner's high. When the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation issued the 65 Roses Challenge this past summer to help them continue the fundraising and advance their mission, I took action immediately. In July, I ran 266 miles across Cattaraugus County over a 7-day period. I ran 42 miles per day through all the towns in Cattaraugus County, and I raised close to $65,000. It wasn't easy. In fact, it was very tough and challenging, especially mentally. It happened to be the hottest week of the year. It was well over 100 degrees on the pavement every single day. I was running on hilly terrain, hill after hill. I suffered severe shin splints. I had swollen feet and legs, blistered feet and toes. I also suffered severe body cramps. My warrior mentality is really what took over. I had set this goal, and I wasn't going to let anything stop me from accomplishing that goal. Deep inside, I kept telling myself, I got to finish this. I got to keep going. I can't quit. I can't give up. Finishing is what we all do together. We will finish cystic fibrosis. We will defeat this terrible disease. I refer to my friends and family as CF warriors, and shortly you'll be hearing from one. Thanks for being here, guys. Keep on fighting CF, and let's get that cure.
Thanks, Bradley. I think it's time for you to take a victory lap. Now, I am pleased to introduce someone who understands all too well what it means to fight for those with cystic fibrosis. He is a warrior through and through. Please welcome Shane Hout, who some of you may know as an American Ninja Warrior. He's also a firefighter and a dad to 3 boys who all have cystic fibrosis. Like many champions, Shane channels his strong competitive nature and his courage into helping his family and his community. No matter how tough it gets, Shane and his wife, Jordana, keep on fighting. Here is their story.
Hi, my name is Jordana Hott.
And I'm Shane Hott. We're from Abilene, Texas, and I work as lieutenant for the Abilene Fire Department. But most importantly, I'm a husband and a father to 3 amazing boys, Hutton, Hank, and Hayden, all of whom have cystic fibrosis. Some of you may recognize me from my time spent competing on American Ninja Warrior last year. This was an opportunity that I chose to pursue in hopes of raising awareness for the cystic fibrosis community. I thought if my 3 sons had the courage to face what they face every day, applying was something that I could do. And fortunately, I was selected out of the thousands of people that applied for this. I was inspired by my boys and my wife, Jordana. I thought of them and their tenacity and resiliency as I competed.
Hutton, Hank, and Hayden are like so many with CF. They have determination and strength beyond people's expectations. They always remain positive and they're committed during the hardest of times. From our whole family, thank you for your support and your continued commitment.
Thank you very much, Shane. You and your boys inspire our whole community. In addition to stellar teams in the sports world, there are great teams in the workplace as well. Teams who work together outside of their day jobs to make good things happen for others. The employees of Siebel's are one such team. They deeply believe in the foundation's mission and give back to help advance it. We are thrilled that CEO and CF dad Rex Huggins can join us and share their important message.
Hello, I am Rex Huggins, CEO of Siebel's, insurance services company here in Columbia, South Carolina. We believe in making a meaningful difference in people's lives outside of the office. Siebel's has always taken its leadership role in both the civic and business arena seriously. While our team is involved in charitable efforts in the community, the CF Foundation is Siebel's charity of choice and our community giving and participation. We take enormous pride in the vital role that our employees play in supporting the foundation, and our team members know how to put the fun in fundraising to help find a cure for CF. From participating in great strides, holding dress-down days, to bake sales, derby days, and more. Our 2020 posed challenges we never could have anticipated. It has also been a year of celebrating victories. I am proud to announce this year that Siebel's has surpassed $500,000 in donations since Siebel's began working with the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation in 2011. This is a real win, one that is owned and championed by our team members. We continue to be inspired by the determination of the CF community and the positive spirit and drive of those living with CF. Thank you for including Siebel's as a part of the Together Now celebration. It is truly an honor for our company to be a part of this community of extraordinary champions.
Thanks, Rex, and all the employees at Siebel's. And we see on the chat now that all this love going on there now for the Huggins family and the Siebel's folks that work at Siebel's. It's amazing to see all this love going on in the chat as well. And they all have that dream to end cystic fibrosis. It's corporations like yours across the country who help accelerate the process the foundation is making in research every day through support. You know, being a part of the team means going above and beyond. And sometimes that means outside of your daily work. I am now pleased to welcome Lauren Michelle, who also dreams of the day when there is a cure. She always manages to find humor and strength in the face of this challenging disease. Here's Lauren.
Hey, my name is Lauren Michelle, and I'm a 21-year-old college student, and I have cystic fibrosis. CF and I are pretty familiar with each other, so I like to refer to her as Cynthia Fibrosis. Cynthia and I met when I was 5 months old in the hospital, and we've been through so much together, from infections, antibiotics, digestive issues, gallbladder issues, a G-tube, and way too many hospitalizations. Even though I didn't enjoy being in the hospital, I've met so many amazing people and became so close to so many doctors and nurses. Growing up, my friends, family, and school were so supportive of Cynthia. My friends would keep a small bottle of enzymes at their houses, and my classmates would come visit me in the hospital and send me get well soon cards, and it just made me feel so loved and so protected. On my hardest days, I really try to stay close to my friends and family because they make me feel better and they make me happy. When Cynthia isn't acting up, I enjoy fashion, music, cooking, and anything related to Paris. I try to stay really positive and optimistic in spite of my disease. For all of you who participated in the Cystic Fibrosis Challenge, you are making such a difference for people like me. You give us so much hope and make me feel like I can face a new day. Thank you so much for being part of this journey, and Cynthia thanks you too.
Thank you, Lauren. And like so many CF champions, you and Cynthia inspire us to keep going even when it's tough. Now I look forward to introducing you to someone you may recognize as a familiar face on television. Her big and beautiful television personality, she has shown a ton of support for those with cystic fibrosis, which has impacted 2 people in her immediate family. You may know her better as the Bachelorette. Her name, Becca Kufrin.
Hey all, it's Becca Kufrin here, coming at you from my apartment, but I'm still so incredibly excited to be part of this special celebration with you all. Now, as the winner of season 22's The Bachelor and as season 14's Bachelorette, I happen to know just a thing or two about roses, and beyond that incredible TV moment for me, roses truly remind me of two things. Number one, of the incredible story of the CF 65 roses, and also my cousins Jackie and Cooper, who have been battling CF for their entire life. And I love my cousins so deeply, and as a family unit, we know that this is something that we are in together for the long haul. We've attended events from Great Strides to the Breath of Life Gala, and I'm always in awe at the determination and the resiliency of the CF community. Because of the incredible advancements, my cousins are enjoying just phenomenal milestones. This year, I was able to see Jackie get married. I was able to see Cooper graduate college, probably with a much better GPA than I ever had. But seeing them makes me excited for the future and gives me so much hope. And I've seen the CF Foundation just do amazing things. They have invested so much research and funding and have found so many new innovative technologies to help find a cure. And I know that we won't stop until that is found for every person living with CF. We will continue to fight, and we will continue to rose up until it's done.
Thanks, Becca, for all you do with those living with CF. Well, it's hard to believe our time now is just about to end. Before we sign off, though, we want to recognize our amazing corporate sponsors who have helped make this special moment possible. Extra special thanks go out to our national sponsors, AbbVie, Vertex, Genentech, Gilead, Mylan, and of course, American Airlines. We also want to thank our peer-to-peer presenting sponsors, our peer-to-peer premier sponsors, and our 2020 national corporate champions. Now, I want to thank each of you for joining us tonight. Throughout this year, we've been reminded about what it means to persevere, something this community knows all too well about. Living with cystic fibrosis has meant that you have had to keep fighting no matter what, and we must, and we can't leave anybody behind. Whether we are counting distances or dollars, the CF community has done an incredible job of rallying these past few months. We are inspired by the strength and determination of the CF community, and I know that I'm not alone in my continued dedication to this cause. I will always fight for my late brother, Bruce, and for those who have cystic fibrosis. No one should have cystic fibrosis, ever. We look forward to some very fun moments ahead, and we hope you can join us. The virtual NACFC starts tomorrow, with live sessions taking place October 21st through the 23rd. Not far after that, we hope to see you at the Foundation's November 19th virtual Breath of Life celebration, which will be an amazing event. The community will honor Preston Campbell, the former president and CEO of the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, for his amazing leadership in the fight against cystic fibrosis. And last but not least, Giving Tuesday will be a wonderful and fun day of giving back. If you have any questions, visit cff.org or connect with your local CF chapters and get more details there. Thanks again for joining us, and a special shout out to Lydia for moderating tonight. It has been unbelievable to see you from all around the world joining us this evening. Thank you so much for being with us. Together, we will make CF stand for Cure Found. Thanks for watching.